The number one question I get in the comments is, how do you make a realistic AI influencer? One who can do this, and even this. Same person, different scenarios, perfect consistency. So when people tell me making one is too expensive, too time consuming, or that AI influencers always look fake and plasticky, I get it. I thought the same things, but none of that is true anymore. And by the time you finish this video, you'll have everything you need to build your own AI influencer from scratch. One that looks real, sounds consistent, and works across every format. And it won't even take you longer than an hour. So let's get into it. This is the mistake almost everyone makes when they try to build an AI influencer. They skip the foundation. They jump straight into generating images and the results look great in isolation. But the moment they try to generate more images, it's a completely different person and nothing matches. So before we generate anything, we're going to build what I call a character DNA. One single master reference image that becomes the source of truth for everything we create going forward. For this entire workflow, we're going to be using Higgsfield AI. It's an all-in-one AI video platform, and it has everything we need to build our influencer from start to finish. We'll start off inside one of its most powerful features, Soul 2.0. Now, Higgsfield does have an AI influencer studio that makes this process a lot more straightforward. And if you're just getting started, it's a perfectly good option. But for the level of control and realism we're going for here, Soul 2.0 is where I always come back to. This is where you want to be hyper-specific with ethnicity, age, hair, eyes, any distinctive features, and studio lighting. All prompts are linked in the description. And remember, this is your character DNA, so don't rush it. Once you have that, we're taking it into Nano Banana Pro to build out a full character reference sheet. Upload your DNA image as a reference and generate 4 variations: a front-facing shot, a 3/4 angle, a side profile, and one lifestyle shot that's a little more natural, like she's just living her life. Now we have a complete picture of what this person looks like from every angle. We're going to take all of it to Soul ID inside Higgsfield. Soul ID is essentially your character's passport. Every single generation you run from this point forward is going to reference these images. And this is what keeps her looking like herself, whether she's on a beach, in a studio, or filming a UGC ad. Set this up once and the consistency problem is basically solved. All right, so now we have a fully built, consistent character. Soul ID is set up and she looks the same from every angle. Next, we need to make her move. To do this, we're heading into Higgsfield Cinema Studio. And this part is actually pretty straightforward. Cinema Studio gives you a set of presets. Think of them as mood and movement templates. Cinematic walk, slow pan, dynamic entry. You pick the one that fits the vibe you're going for. Drop in your prompt and click generate. Here's a few that I ran. A market in Marrakesh, a car unboxing, a Tokyo rooftop, fine dining, sunset beach, and a hiking trail. Completely different locations, completely different moods. Same person every time. But watch these back and tell me what's missing.
Oh my God!
She's not saying anything. Let's be honest, nobody cares about a silent AI influencer. You can have the most beautiful, consistent AI character in the world, but the moment she opens her mouth and nothing comes out, you've lost your audience. So we need to give her a voice, one that'll stay consistent at all times. This is where everything starts to come together. We're going into Higgsfield's Lip Sync Studio, and before I show you how it works, I want to explain why this step exists at all, because it can be easy to overlook. Your AI influencer's voice is just as much a part of her identity as her face. It's what makes her feel like a real person rather than a generated character. And just like we built a character DNA for her appearance, we need to do the same thing for her voice. So first, we need to generate the voice itself. Inside Lip Sync Studio, you'll see an audio tab. This is where we're working. Higgsfield has a built-in voice generation tool called Speak 2.0, and this is what we're using to build our voice. Here's how it works. You write your script directly into Speak 2.0, and it performs it as natural audio, interpreting tone, emotion, and pacing from the text itself. Once you're happy with the delivery, you generate the audio, and that's her voice, locked in. Now, we take that audio and sync it to our visual inside Lip Sync Studio. We upload our clip, attach the audio, and it maps the mouth movement frame by frame, so it looks and sounds like she's actually speaking. And this is the result.
Okay, so these just arrived, and I genuinely did not expect to love them this much. Like, look at these. Nike really outdid themselves with this one. I'll leave the link below. You're welcome.
So now the face is consistent. The voice is consistent. We have everything we need to start building out real content. So let's put everything together. We have a character with a face that stays consistent across every generation. We have a voice that sounds like her every single time. And we have the full Higgsfield toolkit at our disposal. Now I'll show you what that actually looks like in practice. Across 3 of the most useful content formats an AI influencer can produce. First up, the vlog. This is the format that builds connection. It's casual, it's personal, and when it's done right, it feels like your audience is just hanging out with her. For this one, we're back in Cinema Studio. We want a handheld feel with slightly imperfect camera movement, natural lighting, and the kind of shot that feels like it was filmed on a phone rather than in a studio. Here's the prompt. Then we take that clip into Lip Sync Studio, drop in our Speak 2.0 audio, sync it up, and this is what we get.
Okay, day 3, I learned 2 things. I pack like I'm moving out and I eat like I'm never coming back. Also, if I disappear, I'm not lost.
That's a piece of content that could go straight to YouTube or TikTok without anyone questioning whether it's real. Next, the UGC ad. And this one is worth paying attention to if you're thinking about monetizing your AI influencer. Brands pay for UGC because it converts. It feels authentic in a way that polished brand content doesn't. And an AI influencer who can produce it consistently and on demand is genuinely valuable. The prompt here is different. We want something more intentional. She's talking to the camera, but she's selling something. So the energy is warm and trustworthy rather than casual. Here's the prompt, sync the audio, and here's the output.
I don't hype stuff. This is the one I actually kept using. 2 drops and my skin just calms down.
Clean, convincing, and completely scalable. You can run this same workflow for any product, any brief, any brand. Last one, the talking head. This is your educational format, your announcement video, your direct-to-audience content. This is the format that builds authority. We want clean framing here, with no distractions. Just her, the camera, and what she's saying. Here's the prompt, sync it up. And this is the result.
All right, shoulders soft, 2 inhale through your nose.
So there you have it, 3 completely different formats with 0 inconsistency. So that's the full workflow. Higgsfield Soul 2.0 for your character DNA. Nano Banana Pro for the character sheet. Soul ID to lock in consistency. Cinema Studio for motion, and Lip Sync Studio to give her a voice that never changes. Now you know exactly how to create an AI influencer in just an hour, but Higgsfield gives you access to multiple video models, and not all models are built the same. So choosing the wrong one could be the difference between content that looks real and content that looks generated. So which one is actually going to make your AI influencer look the most realistic? Click the video on screen to find out.